back to the Armchair podcast, the episode I'm sure all Liverpool fans and Arsenal hate watchers have been looking forward to, because Arsenal have just lost 1-0 to Liverpool at Anfield. Same season. Sorry, different season, same story.
Well, it feels like the same season. Although we didn't lose at Anfield last season. So
yeah, but it feels like the same. It feels like a loss.
It was a loss.
And usually we do the Arsenal segment, after... and we dive into the other Premier League games. But we're just going to get straight into this one. Initial reaction to the game. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I've calmed down slightly. And I'm trying not to go like full AFTV in its prime. But and honestly, I am an Arteta fanboy, and I have been since forever, and it annoys people. But what the fuck? What was that today? I know it's Anfield and you have to pay them respect and whatever, but it's as soon as I saw the lineup, we were both just like, what the hell is he doing? Why is he playing 3 defensive midfielders against Liverpool? Like, even against any team, I don't care. Like, I get it in a Champions League draw where the away goal rule still counts or something like that, or a cup final. I don't know. It's just...
It was strange.
It's you have to play... And I thought, well, obviously, Ødegaard and Eze, for whatever reason, aren't fit, or, they came on, and they were fine.
Well, Eze played for Palace already, and he'd played Liverpool already this season in the Community Shield.
And he scored. He played in the Community Shield and won in the Community Shield. He played.
Well, he didn't. Did he score? No.
No, he didn't score.
Well.
But he scored in the FA Cup final,
Yeah.
and he played. He's played against Liverpool multiple times, and he had that one chance. He looked amazing when he came on. By the way, he looked great. Apart from that chance that he did miss, but bless him, we can't.
Yeah,
he didn't shoot, but we can't put too much. We can't read too much into that. But yeah, to be honest, I'm absolutely fuming because again, it's another. And look, to be honest, when I was watching the overlap and all these pundits, Gary Neville, Roy Keane, etc., they always say this thing where it's like, you have to go there to win. You have to go away and win. And I always used to think, no, you don't. You don't. But this season, after spending the money we've spent, we do have to go there and win. After you see the amount of goals they conceded, you can't go and set up the way we did.
Well, that's it.
Negatively.
So it's not just like going to win is one thing. But I think, like, even if you want a result at Anfield, the likelihood is you're going to have to score. Because they score every single...
Sorry to interrupt, but I said they're going to score.
Yeah, they do score. They do score. We've seen that. They keep scoring. And we said it on the pod that maybe these magic moments that they have will run out. They don't seem to be anytime quick because they've got so much quality in attacking positions. But how I feel is that, like, with that 3DMs, I just can't see the logic. The other big problem in the lineup with me, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt because of his record against Liverpool is pretty good, but, I mean, he's bang out of form right now. Martinelli, I couldn't quite understand why he's played
So he's not started him all season. And he's obviously out of favour.
Well, he didn't start him in the last game. He started him in the first game.
But he's not been playing.
He was poor.
He's not been featured much. He was poor in pre-season.
He didn't get featured in last against
poor.
Leeds.
He's been poor for at least a season.
Well, probably,
for a whole season. Yeah. And he's got no end product. He's just got pace. He's just Theo Walcott without end product. He's crap.
What he used to have... In fairness, what he used to have was directness, which he's also lost. He looks so indecisive on the ball. He looked like he was caught in two minds. I was thinking about the Gyökeres bit where Gyökeres made a good run. Martinelli just kept his head down. And this is the thing, right? So moving on from... do you want to talk about the lineup anymore?
No, I'm sorry. I have to talk about the lineup because the lineup's what's cost us the game, unfortunately. Like, apart from the negative mindset we have even when we field our strongest 11, at Anfield, away, I don't give a shit if Eze's just signed. He's cost you 70 million. I don't give a shit if Ødegaard picked up a shoulder injury. Well, it can't be that bad. He's on the bench.
Well, he also
you
played
have
and he
to
played
pick
for like 25
your
minutes.
best 11, your best attacking 11 to win the game. He's set up for a draw. And fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. We get the award now of drawing at Anfield until the 80th minute or whatever it was. Congratulations. You set yourself up for failure, mate. Like, obviously, if this goes another way and we get a 0-0 draw and everyone comes away and go, oh, what a masterclass that was. No, it's not. It's not. It's safe and it's cowardice. It's cowardice.
Just a second as well, because there were a lot of people, there's a lot of reaction after the United game of people saying people are going a bit too in, a win's a win, it's all about the result. Well, the same has to be applied to this as well. In two ways. Either if you went with that logic, then you have to use that logic here and say we lost 1-0 and we were poor and we didn't get a result. And you also, if not, you have to look at the performance against United and see that we were also too we were too risk averse. So it's not just the lineup for me. That was one part. The part that really wound me up, and I think what has annoyed me consistently is just Arteta's risk aversion. We play so cautiously. I mean, Gary Neville said we play with a handbrake on. We play with like 4 wheels clamped. We literally, everything we do is backwards, and yet we consistently take risks with the keeper. I mean, we could have got caught out easily today. Van Dijk could have caught us out.
You know what's upsetting is the players that stood out for me today, because they haven't played a lot of football for us in this starting 11 for Arteta, were Calafiori, Gyökeres and Madueke. They were the 3 players, apart from the substitutes that came on, that started, that were sort of the...
Well, they showed something.
They showed that
they
showed that they didn't want. They actually wanted to go out there and give it to them and try and score. The players after the game now, like, they must all just be sitting there thinking, we could have won that. What were we doing for 90 minutes? And it comes from the manager. It's scared. We're scared of going to Anfield in the Etihad away and winning. I don't get it. It's just a game of football. I understand the atmosphere. I understand it's a big game. It's a 3rd game this season. The defence looks shaky. Start Eze, start Odegaard. And then, what pissed me off, I understand this Max Dowman thing is a great player, but Madueke was our best player, Josh. He was the only... He had the most shots. He's the only player that looked like he had any threat. He takes him off. And he brings Max Dowman on. And look, Max Dowman, I get it, up-and-coming talent. Anfield away at 15. But honestly, I know Arteta, he's a sick man. He's a sick individual. He's only brought that lad on to win us a penalty. And the first thing he did is, I saw him, he went into the penalty box, and instead of trying to drive in and take a shot, he dilly-dallied around with it in their area for 5 minutes, probably like 60 seconds, it felt like 5 minutes, to try and win a penalty. He was brought on to try and win a penalty.
I think that's how the kid plays. He played like that. He's won 2 penalties from pre-season, 1 in the Premier League already.
But you played.
But anyway,
you paid 50 million. You paid 50.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me finish. You paid 50 million, 50 million pounds for Madueke, and he doesn't even get a full 90. And you bring a 15-year-old kid in to replace him. I mean, if I was Madueke, I'm sorry. I understand this kid's apparently a generational talent, but I'm like, hey, you paid 50 million for me, and I'm getting took off for a 15-year-old.
That wasn't the issue. That's not the issue. That's not the reason we lost.
One of them, though, isn't it?
I think it's substitutions generally. I mean, you could have seen at half time. For me, if you could have seen the way it was going. Martinelli was poor. He was so poor.
He should have been taken off
and
at half-time.
He could have been hooked at half-time, in my opinion.
I mean,
he was that bad.
Let's be honest. Why could Eze and Odegaard only play 20 minutes of football? Why couldn't they have played... Because honestly, I'm not even joking, and Liverpool fans are going to be like, oh, yeah, whatever, this wouldn't have happened. If he made those changes at half-time, if he switched it around and thought, I'm going to be bold for once, we've held them to 0-0 at half-time, I think that's great. You've calmed the atmosphere was shit. I think we did...
The first half, I'll give Arteta credit, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we were
then
fine.
It's like, okay, 55 minutes, 60 minutes, even if you're not going to do it at half-time, then make the changes and decide, I'm going to be the manager to decide where this game is going. I'm going to take the front foot. I'm going to take the initiative to put my attacking players on and make the Liverpool players go, oh shit.
Yeah,
but instead he waits for Slot.
Credit to Slot.
Yeah, credit to Slot again.
Slot's substitutions are always really good, but he took a bit of initiative.
He's not a bottle job. That's why he's not
Curtis
scared,
Jones,
is he?
But putting Curtis Jones on, I think
it was a bit.
Momentum, yeah, they were a bit better after that, and they put us under the cosh a bit.
And again, Arteta reactive coach is a reactive.
Right, hold
coach.
on, Joe, because I think you're going a bit in. I would just say that I just think Arteta tends to be a bit overcautious with his substitution. That's another part of it. I just think with Slot, he saw where the game was going and acted a bit quicker. And I just think even 5 minutes and potentially, I mean, I personally, you might think, well, this is not a football manager thing to do. I probably would have took Martinelli off at half time, put Eze on straight away because the game we needed something. The only person that showed anything was Noni. Gyökeres was trying but had literally nothing, no support. And Calafiori was really good on the left. And I feel like having Eze there would have helped him out a lot. And I just think we would have had more. And it also, like, Liverpool fans can deny this, or spectators could deny this, but I think Liverpool fans would have had a lot more fear if they saw Eze coming on at half time. They would have probably thought, fucking hell, because they weren't good today. They were not good today. I think they had a great moment, and that free kick was.
Look, I'm not saying Liverpool aren't a good team. They're a fantastic team, and I don't care about losing at Anfield. That's fine. Like, obviously, you're going to lose at Anfield. We're champions, for God's sake. They're a fantastic team. They've got amazing players. What does frustrate me, and Liverpool fans, obviously, you have to admit this. We contained you at 45 at 0-0. I think we were the better team in the first half. And what's frustrating is Arteta then should think, obviously Liverpool are going to come out better. Even me, when I went for a shit at half-time, I thought Liverpool are going to come out and try and score and be better. Of course they're going to be better than they were in the first half, but he waits until they get better and they grow into the game before he makes a change.
Yeah, it is reactive.
You need to make a change before that, mate. And then obviously people who obviously people might say you're overreacting. It was a free kick, and if he doesn't score that free kick, it's 0-0. I understand that, but for a Liverpool side, and obviously the Saliba injury as well, another excuse. I'm sick of excuses. Liverpool weren't at it today. As a Liverpool fan, you probably thought, God, if it wasn't for that free kick, it would have been a draw. It would have been, okay? We're trying to win the league. So you have to go there and you have to put pressure on them and you have to try and win, and we didn't do that, and that's what's disappointing.
Yeah, for me, even if we came away with the draw today, I would have thought opportunity missed.
Exactly. And that's what pisses me off. The fact we've lost made it worse.
If you don't think that as a fan, I just think your head must be in the sand.
You're lost.
You must be an ostrich.
Because, I'm sorry, and I understand people are going to say the league's not lost today, but it's things like this that breed a mentality to win. It's a catalyst. This game alone is not going to lose a league. And we could look back at this and go, God, Jacob, you lost your head a bit. We went on to win every single game and Liverpool looked crap and they finished 6th or whatever. But it's just what I'm saying is you have to win. You have to win these games to give the players belief in the manager.
It's not about winning. Okay, another one. It's not about winning. We at least have to try to win, or try to play fucking football. I'm sorry,
we've
that
stopped
was
playing
sweet,
football. He's gone full Simeone after Atletico Madrid. He's like, I don't know why we play. Like it is it's terrorist ball. It's just haram. I don't know what it is.
It's shocking.
He's an overthinker because we can play good football, and I understand tactical flexibility is honestly a massive strength in a manager, and not playing all the same way like Ange and these other managers that get promoted from the Championship. It's fantastic, and I love that about Arteta. We can go defensive, but in a game like this,
how is he being pragmatic?
In a game like this, you have to think. I just don't understand how he's not looked at Liverpool's results and gone, we can go here and we can go for it.
And looked at their fullbacks, looked at how fragile they've been.
But instead he starts Marino.
And thought, let's fucking do it. Let's go for it.
And look, he can go home tonight and sleep and think, make an excuse for himself. Well, my captain picked up an injury, Saliba went off injured, and Eze's just joined. I'm sorry, you have to be bolder than that as a manager.
Also, I'm sorry, anyone that says we didn't have our best 11 again, that is complete bollocks. If you watch the game, as we've said, we went toe-to-toe with Liverpool for probably 70 minutes. I think they were better in the second half. I think we were better in the first half. But it was quite clear that we had enough quality there. Maybe if we had Eze and Odegaard, we certainly threatened them at times, but we definitely could have put it on them. And I think we could have even got a result. We had the quality there. For me, it was not the players today. It was nothing to do with not having our best 11.
It's not the players, yeah.
Mosquera, Noni, Gyökeres were all really good, right? Well. And they actually fucking wanted it. It's ironic. It's kind of weird that, isn't it? That 3 players that haven't been under
and it's the instruction
under
from the manager
for very long actually fucking went for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like, for me, this is how I feel right now. When I go on Twitter and when I'm in when I listen to Arsenal podcasts and stuff, people cannot bring themselves to criticize Arteta one bit. And I understand that it's because of the loyalty to Arteta, and I love that about the club, that we are a loyal. I wouldn't want to be Chelsea and chop and change managers every season and things like that. I love the loyalty, and Arteta has worked miracles at the club. I agree, but any other manager, or let me phrase it like this: if you were watching any other team objectively or as a neutral, you would look at their manager today and think, he probably should have gone for that today. He didn't make the right choices. And I think should be allowed to say that. And for me, quite frankly, it was not good enough from Arteta today.
I'm sorry.
It was a bit naive. I don't know.
No, it's not even...
He's not naive. It was just... I don't know what it was.
He has bottled it. He's played it so safe. He's gone with Martinelli, who's been crap just because he thinks Martinelli's played at Anfield multiple times. He could have started Eze. Should have done. Should have started him. And Marino in midfield. I mean, look... The thing that pisses me off is that Odegaard was out. Martinelli's been shit. So Eze could have played in the 10 or on my left. And he's not played him at all. Mm. It's shocking.
Sorry, made me laugh.
It's shocking though, isn't it? You've just dropped £70 million on him. Right. You were quick to fucking sign him. Get him in straight away. Havertz is injured. I'm telling you now... What pisses me off most about this club is if Havertz didn't get injured, we wouldn't even fucking sign Eze. Because he's that pragmatic and safe, he would have gone, Havertz will be fine. I'll drop him into the midfield, I'll play him left wing. He's got after this game. When we played Man City and we tried to go full on pure football. We used to play good football. When we got 50 points in the first whatever games it was first half of the season, and then Arteta got scarred. Ever since we got smashed at the Etihad away and Man City did that long, he shat his pants. This needs to be a wake-up call now. He needs to shit himself again, but in reverse. He needs to think, if we don't stop playing football, you're going to get sacked, and we're playing like Everton. Even Everton play better football than us.
That's how I feel right now, right? People can say, what is your job as a fan? People say your job as a fan should just be to support the team. I'm sorry, if you just support a team blindly or support a manager blindly and you don't criticise, then when things are bad or things aren't quite right, you don't put any pressure on anything to change, right? Like, for instance, we've seen, ultimately, what's quite ironic, and, I'm not saying this isn't an Arteta out conversation, it's more about how we criticise the manager effectively. Because you look at the same people that used to criticise AFTV or criticise the people that wanted Wenger out, but ultimately, the reason we have Arteta now, the reason we're challenging for titles, is because we got Wenger out. Do you get what I'm saying, right? So we need to understand that having criticism and having a bit of a fire up Arteta's arse and this team's arse is a good thing. I don't think we should all be happy with finishing second for 3 seasons in a row and then going away to our rivals and settling for a draw and then losing. We need to now, if we actually want to be a serious club and we want to win titles and go into the phase 8 like we're saying, then this kind of the level of criticism at this club needs to be there. You can't just hide from it.
Right. So now we've
fully
criticised Arteta and we have had a bit of a so-called meltdown. Now I'm going to look at it objectively, and I'm looking at it from a Liverpool standpoint, in a slot standpoint, in terms of their performance over the first 3 games, and actually their performance today against us. Because I'm sorry, but they were lucky today again. As in people say lucky, people are going, we're not lucky. We scored a free kick. Yes, you were not lucky in terms of you had an amazing player that scored an amazing free kick, and you put pressure on us for probably the second half at least, or probably a good 10-15 minutes about in the second half, but I'm looking at that performance, and I am saying if it was a draw, because let's be honest, that game should have been a draw. Should have been 0-0. It was just a moment of magic. Then you look at it and go, well, if it wasn't for that free kick, the criticism, to be honest, for me, yes, we could have played better, but we are the away team. What were Liverpool doing?
Nah, I'm.
But
I do not
could
agree.
you not say?
Yeah, I get it. I get
is
it.
It not an argument to be
you're
had,
saying you're looking at it objectively.
Is it not an argument to be had? I understand we're frustrated as Arsenal fans.
I don't know what you're talking
agree.
about.
We should have played better. I agree. But is it not an argument to be had that Liverpool, as the home team at Anfield, as the defending champions, should have played better than they did and not just tried to get a draw? Because they played for a draw as well.
Any Liverpool fan watching this right now is thinking, I do not give a shit.
Yes, but we wouldn't if it was a draw, or we wouldn't from a free kick. Rice could have scored that free kick from fucking 800 yards
but number
away.
one,
and then
I'll give you 3 reasons.
8 miles away, sorry.
They've not been playing well all season. Or that as well as they can play, let's say.
But neither
and they've got 9 points, and they've got through it all. They've had some fucking brilliant moments as well. Like, you die for those kind of moments. Rio scoring, and then that free kick there. I also think too, the point is that it's like building momentum again. And 3, if I was watching Arsenal and as a Liverpool fan today, I wouldn't be that worried because it feels like they were just doing the same thing that we've been doing the last couple of seasons.
That's the thing that pisses me off.
Would you be worried?
I would have been.
Would you be worried about Arsenal
the thing
today?
is, I would have been worried if at half time Arteta, or even 50 minutes in, Arteta chucked Eze and Ødegaard on, and then we actually won the game. Then obviously you would be fucking worried. But no, I agree. Watching that as a Liverpool fan, you're laughing.
I'd be laughing
because you're thinking, what? The bottle jobs. That's what I think we are, bottle jobs, and it's not the players aren't. The manager is.
Ultimately, right.
He shit himself.
The thing is, and this is what I'm going back to again. If we do finish second again this season, we will be a massive fucking joke. I'm sorry, we will become a joke. And like people say, that doesn't matter. We stick strong. I'm sorry, like narratives matter a lot. There's people commenting like, oh, the narratives are big on this one and all that shit, whatever. Narratives, and so you're therefore admitting that narratives are really important in the media. These people like Neville, Sky, and just general football opinion. And it starts to seep into the camp. I'm sorry, but players, it begins to become a mentality problem.
Of course it is, and it is a mentality.
And like, I'm starting to think, if we finish second again, I just don't.
What's the reason we lost today?
It was mentality.
The number one reason.
Mentality.
And I'm sorry, we just haven't.
If you don't admit that, you are
it is mentality.
In denial.
It's not talent. And Liverpool fans are going to laugh at me. On that pitch today, I genuinely think we are the better team. Like, if both, but you have mentality over us. You just do. You've won it before. The manager seems to not give a shit as much as Arteta, who doesn't overthink things.
No,
He's more
he just
relaxed.
He makes the subs and he goes to win games.
And it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. And to be honest, I don't know what more to say apart from we now have to go. We now have to go to Newcastle. We now have to beat Newcastle and beat Man City. Like, we have to. And also what we have to do, we probably have to win the next, I'm not even joking, like 6 games straight. Minimum. 5 games, win. Because if not, if we lose, if we draw or drop a few points in the next 5 games, the player's going to think we're doing it again.
Yeah.
And that's it. And we're just going to finish second again.
Yeah. I mean, people commented, right, that, our injury, there was kind of 2 different narratives last season, right? One was that injuries were our problem, and the other one was that we basically capitulated because...
Played shit football.
Well, yeah, and we capitulated because of our mentality in the sense that it felt like we had to win every game and things like that. But I just think, we played really shit football last season. And I think my big worry is like, we've got such an opportunity. I think with this squad, we've had the best squad we've had in years. And
my biggest worry is if
we don't
do not win anything this season, the players the new players, I'm for Eze and all them players that have just joined in Mosquera, all them, fine. The players that I'm worried about are mainly, to be honest, is Saliba. I think because he seems like the only player who's probably looking around thinking, what the fuck, I need to leave, I want to win something. The rest of them I'm not too worried about, but he's going to leave next year. If we don't win something, I think he could leave. And I wouldn't blame him. I actually wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, I
Saka's fine, he's homegrown, and all the rest of the Rice won't leave because, whatever. But Saliba, he's going to leave. If we don't win something. And then once Saliba leaves, I know Mosquera was good today and he can replace him, but it's like, some players, like, and again, I'll say it again, like Ødegaard, these players that have been under Arteta for a while, man, they need to change. Arteta needs to change. He needs to be more brave. He needs to look at himself tonight in the mirror and go, what the fuck am I doing?
I hope that with Gyökeres, with even Madueke, a bit more of like a maverick energy on the pitch, that this will start to change. I thought Zubimendi would probably bring a little bit more of that, a bit of dynamism, but I haven't been that impressed with him recently.
Zubimendi,
but I don't know if he's
this
been
is what I'm
coached
saying.
to do what he's been doing.
Zubimendi, Arteta obviously fucking loves the cunt because he sounds like the type of player. No offense to him, he's probably a nice guy that listens to every tiny detail that Arteta tells him and just won't play. Just like he does for Spain, where it's like, I bet the coach at Spain is just go, whatever, go on there, do your stuff. But Arteta's saying, no, I saw him. There was after one of the games, or when they did the open training, it was just him and Zubimendi, and he was almost telling him how to play. I'm sorry, you were nowhere near as good as Zubimendi as a player. Just let the guy play. He plays for Spain as the DM. He came on for Rodri and won the Euros. Let him fucking play. Don't overcoach him. Don't overload him with information. Same with Rice at West Ham. We bought him because he was already one of the best players in the world in that position. You've overcoached him. Just fucking let them play football. It's pissing me off.
I think that's kind of how I feel as well. Yeah. I'm kind of,
and that's it now. If we're gonna win a trophy, basically, mate, you need to win a trophy now, and we need to start playing good football, or the board's got to make a decision, or fans are going to start.
But the thing is,
and we're not entitled to a trophy. But for fuck's sake, it's the money we've spent. It's not even that. It's not like he's still got this young team and it's a building stage. It's not. He's got all the tools now. So if you brought in an Enrique now or a Zidane or any top manager in the world, they would probably win a trophy. With this squad, it's an amazing squad.
Yeah.
We've got the best squad depth now. This is mental to say. We've got more squad depth than City and Liverpool. And I'm looking at this I know I've got a bit of a lens on because obviously I think all of our players are great. But if you just look at our squad depth in every position, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's good. And that's what I mean. You can't use the excuse of injuries now. Our net spend is through the roof. And it's the same things we used when we had Wenger. We used to criticise teams like City, Chelsea, Man United for spending loads of money. We've spent a shit ton of money.
I'm sorry, if Wenger had this squad, I'm not even like. Basically, we'll cut it now. But look, well done to Liverpool. Liverpool fans watching this, and all the rival fans are probably laughing their ass off at this at the minute, this meltdown. But well done. I wouldn't say you deserved it because you didn't, but in a way you did deserve it because your mentality.
Did we deserve it?
It's Anfield. No, we didn't deserve it
so,
either.
Yeah,
I think, to be honest, it was a draw, but I think you produce that moment of magic, and at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. But again, I think the only good thing to take away from this, from fans of all the Premier League, is honestly, as a rival fan, if we won, as a Premier League fan, if Arsenal won tonight at Anfield, and Eze scored or Greco scored or whatever, and it was a convincing 2-0 win, I think it would have, maybe people might have started to think, oh no, like these are going to run away with it. But I think it does make the league more interesting, because Liverpool are obviously, there's going to be it's going to be a roller coaster, this league. I think it's going to be a really good league.
Well, yeah,
we'll get on, obviously, now we'll start to talk about other results in the league this season. But as we've seen from this weekend, every team's got a win now apart from Wolves, right?
Yeah.
So again, I think it's going to be a fantastic season. But we'll move on from Arsenal now, because people are probably fucking bored of it, and we'll start.
Bored of it.
Yeah, I'm bored of it as well. We'll start talking about some other results. But
right.
yeah,
I actually watched some football this week, so I've got something to talk about.
Liverpool are Liverpool, and what can you do?
In fairness to Liverpool,
champions.
like they win games, and you know what? Like, you were criticising Slot a bit. You were saying that you're not convinced by him, but the bloke knows how to win a
what I am
football
convinced
game.
by, and a lot of people have said this, his substitutions are fantastic.
Yeah.
And I often think he's just inherited a good squad, and he's sort of just, because he's inherited such a good squad, not much of it is him.
Yep.
But honestly, I think his relaxed demeanour, and just, like Zidane at Real Madrid, that they're just very calm. Ancelotti as well, like they're just very calm.
I mean,
it's that sort of like, whereas Arteta seems stressed, like all the time.
It's been said on the pitch,
yeah.
I've heard, I can't remember who it was, but
it translates to the dressing room. It translates to the players.
Like someone said once, like for a team that's never won it, you need like a sense of calm. You need a sense of like, we know we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And what Arteta kind of admits sometimes is more like a sense of like desperation.
Panic, yeah.
And a bit of that. And listen, and the point is, and another thing, if fucking Arteta won the treble, I would fucking parade in the streets and get Arteta's face tattooed on my back. Right? Like, I would love nothing more than Arteta to win titles at Arsenal and be a generational manager. I would fucking love that. But
everyone would.
You can't just go through life with fucking like hope and just think, well, it will happen. You have to have honest conversations and be like, that wasn't fucking good enough. So we just need to see more. Let's move on to the Premier League.
Yeah, let's talk about
first game,
Chelsea-Fulham.
Chelsea-Fulham. I mean, obviously it was clouded by VAR. Let's not go into that straight away.
No, but I think we have to.
I think, one sec, I would just say Fulham deserved something from the game. I think they were really good. And I think Chelsea, to be honest, in that first half particularly, were pretty poor. Their passing was off. They played a lot of loose balls. They didn't really create much. I just thought their set pieces were pretty good. And it was ironic, like, Arsenal get criticised a lot for taking set pieces, but Chelsea felt that they had no threat other than set pieces, and obviously they scored from one. But yeah, I wasn't impressed with Chelsea, and I think if it wasn't for that VAR decision, the game would have gone very, very differently.
By the way, this is on the wider discussion of the Premier League. It's a joke. It's becoming a joke. Like, luckily, I mean, last season it was us that got the brunt of the decisions. At the start of the season, there's always some shockers, and obviously it happens throughout the season. But it seems like it's Fulham this year. I mean, what the hell is going on? Like, that decision is just awful. So he stands on his foot, but it wasn't a challenge. He was doing a skill, and he stands on his foot. And this is like a minute before the goal's taking place in the middle of the field. They bring it back, and the VAR goes, "Oh, he stood on his foot there." Now, as a ref with, I don't know how many years of fucking experience, he gets called to the screen. It's almost like once the referee gets called to the screen...
What's the fucking point in having the screen? Yeah, genuinely.
They don't actually make, like, unless it's like a handball or something, and they've been called to the screen for that. All the other things, it's almost like there's no point in having the screen. I agree.
Just
because
give
it's just
it.
like, they just give it. Every time, they just give it.
Why don't the VAR, the person in the VAR...
should just give it.
From my understanding,
is
also a qualified referee.
Yeah.
So why can't they just say, "I've seen it on a screen, mate. That's a foul." Then he doesn't have to go to a fucking screen. Why does he? They're a team of refs.
I have no idea.
I'm happy. We're all fucking happy for them to, as a team, with his VAR, to say, "I've checked it. You don't." Why does he need to go look? It just slows it all fucking down.
It slows it because, again, I think it's this whole thing of like, referees having too much power and making it about them because it's like, oh, it's something extra for them to do. It's like an extra thing for them because the main ref has to do it. It always has to.
It's
Why
to
does it
show
have
that
to be
they
the
have
main
value.
ref?
When in reality, like, they ultimately, like...
They have no value.
Not really, no.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that anyone could ref. I said this. Anyone could ref a football game. I can run 10, 20. I can run, right, and I'm not stupid. And that is the credentials of being a ref. You need to be well tempered. But a lot of them aren't. A lot of them are biased. A lot of them aren't well tempered, and a lot of them are stupid. How the fuck do you go to a screen and look at that and go, let's bring that back and take off a goal?
Well, my question is, like,
joke,
it's just not
man.
in the spirit of
It's
the game.
not consistent. And then what pissed me off is was it in our game? Someone stood on someone's foot in the penalty box in one of the other games.
That would have been
City against Brighton, wasn't it?
Yeah, So Brighton were in the box and the City player stumped on the toe, but it was accidentally. But it was very similar, to be honest. If you probably won't see it.
It was the
because
exact same challenge. You won't see it
very
on Match
similar.
Today, but basically, a Brighton player was a City. Yeah, a Brighton player was in the box, and a City player stood on the foot, and they checked it for penalty. Said no penalty, but they take a decision back in the middle of the field for someone standing on the foot and draw away a goal. What a joke.
Another thing is like the inconsistency of when to stop a foul. Like as in, how far can you go back? It reminds me actually of, like, do you remember when we went to United away and Martinelli scored and they took it all the way back for a foul on Christian Eriksen and we lost that game 3-1 and Anthony scored? Do you remember that? Yeah. It was very similar, and I thought at the time there was a lot of criticism to the ref saying, why have you brought it back so far? And it felt very similar to me. I just thought, like, at that point, yes, even if there was a foul, right, the game... It carried on, and I felt really sorry for, was it the young lad, is it King, or is it...
Yeah.
He went through and scored a great goal, and so much else had to happen. Like, he had to do so much more, or like,
to
he had
get
to get that goal. Obviously, the Muniz, like, pass was crucial, but
I would understand
if Muniz scored...
If the stand on the foot correlated with someone then turning and shooting it Nasty in the bottom corner, fine. But it was at the half fucking way line.
Yeah, that's the other issue. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get how you can go back for that, but you can't they can't ref like a second yellow on VAR. I don't know why some things are checked on VAR and sometimes it goes to the screen, but sometimes they don't.
Why in some games as well do they speak into the microphone and why other games not?
They don't.
What the hell is that about? What is that about?
I don't know.
Is it because every stadium has a speaker system?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? And it will how long does it take to get this right?
I don't know.
Never be. It's just a disgrace. So overall, Chelsea got lucky, and obviously it looks like because they are Chelsea, they're going to finish top 4, but they didn't deserve that.
I thought Fulham were pretty good.
I felt for them.
Yeah.
I felt for Fulham. I felt and but it is what it is. But look, two good teams, and overall it was.
But yeah, I mean, they also scored 9 minutes into 7 minutes extra time. I mean, just on Chelsea quickly. They've signed Garnacho. Don't get it personally. I mean, I'm sure that Garnacho's decent. I think he's all right. But how many players do they need?
Mate, you're in Champions League.
They're basically the equivalent of like a business that just is a trading business. They're just like a football trading.
I thought you was going to say Bayern because it does remind me a bit of how Bayern in the Bundesliga they stockpile talent in that league, and I feel like that's the model they're going for.
No, the model is buy and sell, and just keep basically beating like FFP, PSR stuff. I think that's what it is. They have to just keep buying so they can sell, they can keep moving it on, and like ultimately it is fucking working because their squad just transforms every season. It seems like they've got a fucking new 11. Other than their spine, other than the midfield, it's
anyway. Let's see.
It's crazy. I can't believe what's going on at Chelsea. God knows. Anyway, right. Next, what's next? I told you about Tottenham, didn't I?
Well, yeah, I was going to talk about Everton first, but we can talk about Tottenham if you want. Yeah. So Tottenham. I mean, look, I still stand by this. I think Bournemouth are a fantastic team. So let's not discredit them. I think they're a really good team. But yeah, I mean, look, I said on the podcast last week that I think Tottenham are a really impressive team, and I like Thomas Frank as a manager, and I still stand by that. Like, I think they will do really well this season. I just think it shows how good Bournemouth are, personally.
Well, I mean, having watched like a good bit of the game, Tottenham did nothing. And I just think that is gonna be.
To be honest, though, it is
unless you've got Simmons, and unless Simmons is.
That's what I mean.
No, I know, but hold on. And I mean, I saw one Tottenham fan saying Simmons might help connect the play.
Yeah, he will do.
They've got Kulusevski out, I think, at the moment.
And Madison.
Obviously Madison's out. Yeah, but Madison's going to be out for the whole season, so that's.
But I think they have been unlucky in terms of the signings they've tried to get in, and then they have to go to Simmons.
Is that unlucky, or is that just poor running of the club?
No, it's not poor running of the club, because they've gone for Morgan Gibbs-White, and they thought they had him until the literal owner, which has never happened before, has gone to his house and said, "You have to stay, or I'm going to basically kill your family." I don't know what he said, but he convinced him to stay somehow in the last minute, and then you think you've wrapped up a deal for Eze, and honestly,
apparently if
it wasn't for the Kai Havertz injury, they would have signed Eze, because I know my football club. So again, that's just a stroke.
Mate, are you getting paid off by Tottenham?
Mate, look, I'm not. I know I'm supposed to hate them, which I do as an Arsenal fan. But what I'm saying is, I'm watching football. Like, that Thomas Frank is a good manager.
But
I
watched, a good chunk of that game, and they just were like completely just.
Who have they got though? Brendan Rodgers and.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers.
Sorry,
Brendan Johnson.
Yeah, Brendan Johnson. But do you know what I mean?
Imagine Rodgers on the fucking wing.
But do you know what I mean, though? I just feel like, obviously, I think some games are going to be like that for Tottenham because they haven't got a lot at the minute. But I think if they do add, especially in January, they haven't got a lot of attacking talent. Once Madison comes back and Kulusevski comes back, they will be better.
All I said is, compared to other teams, I just don't think they're going to have enough.
Yeah, they don't. They won't have enough. I agree.
I don't think they'll find the answers.
But they'll be better than United. And,
I don't know if they will. I think.
Oh my god! Are you still on this United thing?
I don't know.
Oh my god!
I don't know. We can get onto United in a minute.
Fucking
hell.
I can't wait to get onto that. By the way,
yeah, all right.
Can't wait to get onto them.
But yeah,
let's just talk about
some Tottenham.
Go on,
I'm
Josh.
not saying that they are bad. I'm not saying that I think Frank is a good coach. I just think that Tottenham won't have enough this season. I don't think Simmons is going to be the solution to like a lot of their problems, like in midfield.
Well, he's going to be a
creativity.
solution to a decent amount of problems.
No, I don't think he'll be enough. I just think they'll. I think it'll take a few seasons for Frank to sort that out.
Yeah, probably, but I think they'll be a lot better than last year, better than United. In terms of Bournemouth, they're just a fantastic team, and we've got a great manager, and I think that's going to happen a lot. You know, it's like a lot of like there's this mentality. I heard about this on the James and Flav podcast. But Flav, it made a good point actually. He was saying that like a lot of people, especially who are fans of top six clubs like Arsenal, United, Tottenham, especially ones that fell off a bit like United and Tottenham, we still have this mentality when we go into a game against Bournemouth or a Brighton, in that because you used to beating those teams, because back in the day, like 7-8 years ago, you would have that would have been a routine 3 points, and you wouldn't even thought twice about it. If it was not 3 points, you would have got unlucky or penalty or whatever or red card. But now that's the league's so competitive that you cannot if Bournemouth if we go to Bournemouth, like next week or whatever, you can't just expect a guaranteed 3 points.
Well,
the league is that strong. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, yes, you can be like, oh, Spurs should have beat Bournemouth, but why? Why should they have beaten Bournemouth? Just because they're Spurs? It doesn't work like that anymore. So this is what I'm saying. I think the league's so competitive.
They should have beat Bournemouth because they've spent millions and millions of pounds more than them.
No, but they haven't got all their. They haven't got their.
And they've got an equally,
though.
As good coach. Anyway, I let's move on from Tottenham. Let's move on to
Wolves Everton just before we move on to United.
Jack Grealish looks good.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing for Everton. It's like David Moyes. Don't know how he does it, but it seems like that guy can just. It's just going to be like he's going to go on forever, isn't he? He's going to be like Ancelotti. He's just there.
Yeah, he's there.
And it does think, just before we touch on Man United, just imagine if they, like Arteta, how he just that's our manager, we're just going to stick with him, even if he finishes 8th back-to-back. Imagine if they stuck with Moyes.
No. No, I don't think so. Moyes at United just
Or do you think
Moyes
right. is...
Moyes is... Someone made a point, Grealish is meant to be like a cult hero at like a struggling club. I think Moyes is meant to be like that middle-range club, like grit, determined kind of football, but I don't think he's ever going to play... He doesn't seem to me.
Well, maybe
to be
Arteta is a manager where he's perfect for a rebuild.
Well, he seems more like a Moyes regen than a fucking Pep one, doesn't he? I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe Arteta's more suited as a manager that takes a team from nothing, because he's very motivational. He's young. Do you know what I mean? But is he a manager that's going to come in and just win you trophies based off his personality and his charisma and his aura? I don't know.
Anyway, I'm sick of talking about Arteta, but Dewsbury Hall looked really good, and Dye looks really good. Your defence, obviously Everton's defence is still... Yeah, it's a bit worrying. Wolves look really bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
But I just don't think they're going to go down. I don't know how they're going to not, but they always fucking stay up.
I don't know this season,
they're like
man.
a turd that won't flush.
I'm not sure because we'll get on to Burnley in a second, and Sunderland. I just think the promoted teams look decent this year, and it's gonna. I think Wolves are gonna struggle to stay up. They're shocking.
What is that? I
don't know.
It's like a ghost.
Probably fucking Arteta's fucking henchman or something.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Moving on. Let's talk about Burnley United. I think it's the boiler. Burnley United. Well, I don't really know what to say. I think
Mate,
Burnley...
I don't know what to say. United is shit.
No, hold on. Burnley weren't that good, right? United could have been 2-0 up in the first half, in fairness, or 3.
They were.
Who? Burnley?
Oh, sorry. No.
No, United in the first half could have been like 2-0 up.
Right.
They had a lot of chances. They missed some sitters. Like, genuinely, they seemed all right. They just didn't. Then Burnley, it was a bit of just like sloppy mistakes. Obviously, Burnley played well. I'm not taking any away from Burnley, but I think like once Man United gel a bit more, I think they would have dispatched Burnley pretty easily. I'm not just saying that. I think they would have.
I think honestly, like everyone was commenting because at the start, like a few podcasts ago, I think it was the first podcast when we did predictions. I was like, I don't think United are going to finish top 10 because they finished like 16th last season, and I just look at the manager. And I said, he's not a good manager, and he's just not. And then I look at the players they brought in Mbeumo and Cunha, and yes, like they're decent players, but like I said, they're not game changers in terms of like, I just don't think it's enough. Like
What do you mean they're not game changers? What do you mean? Do you mean they're just not level? Like if you look at the first 11s of the top 4, let's say, I think there's a chance that like Cunha and Mbeumo would work into teams even like Arsenal. Do you not think so?
So Cunha and Mbeumo, I'm sorry, people were saying that, Cunha
would you not play Mbeumo? Would you not take Mbeumo?
What I'm saying is people were saying that Cunha and Mbeumo get into Arsenal's team, they just don't.
My issue is not Cunha and Mbeumo. I think they're good players, and I think they'll be decent. I think they'll be good for United. United's problem, United's problem is their midfield.
I know, they've not addressed
and their defence, their midfield in particular, like Carragher has said, Bruno Fernandes is a great player. He's not a midfielder, like a box-to-box or a defensive midfielder. He should be in cam, and that's where he's brilliant. Casemiro's still pretty odd. Ugarte, I don't see enough. Mainly wants to leave.
Going back to the game changers point, what I'm saying in terms of game changers, I'm not saying they're not very good players and they will get Man United goals, but you know when Bruno Fernandes first came to Man United, he was a game changer. That first season he was incredible. He looked like fucking...
But you don't just pluck Bruno Fernandes off a tree.
Yes, but I understand that, but what I'm saying is these two aren't. They're Premier League proven goal scorers, and I get it, they're Premier League proven players, but they're not... You've not signed a world-class star.
Yeah, but
this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they needed to. I agree with what you're saying.
Get criticised.
What I'm saying is that, yes, I agree with you. They're very good players, but they haven't. They should have addressed other areas first. They've got about 4 number 10s. They've got a massive gap in midfield. The keeper's an absolute donkey, and honestly, I don't know how they're going to finish in the top 10. I actually don't. I think for anyone thinking that they're going to finish top 6, I think if
deluded. They don't get a keeper,
it's deluded.
If they don't make a midfield sign, it will be very difficult.
Mate,
and
they've conceded 2 goals against Burnley at Old Trafford, and luckily, somehow, got a penalty, and then Bruno Fernandes...
It was a penalty, but it was...
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's lucky as fuck.
Yeah, it could have easily been...
I'm sorry, if you lose 3-2 against Grimsby, get knocked out of the cup, and then draw 2-2 at Old Trafford at Burnley, that's sackable.
He should have been sacked. He probably should have been sacked after Grimsby. Really,
this is what I'm saying. Like they need, honestly, they need a new manager. And this is crazy. I know everyone's saying they can't.
I think they need a new owner.
They can't just. They need new owners.
Like Jim Radcliffe either needs to buy the club fully, or they get someone else in.
Do you not think though, if Thomas Frank came in at United, they'd be better?
They would be better. I agree.
Yeah, they would be.
Yeah,
and it's just a fact. So. Yes, I understand they've got this hole in midfield and the keeper's crap, so Thomas Frank can't change the fucking keeper, but maybe he would have made a decision to not play against Grimsby. But just quickly,
I think they're in too deep. I just think they're already trying now maybe they're not. Right now, they can still save it, but I think if you have another season of Amorim and you give him 2 more transfer windows, he is going to buy players directly suited for how he wants to play. The 5 at the back system, you're going to have wing backs, you're going to have centre backs that used to play in 3, you're going to have a squad that's built for three at the back, and then it's gonna be a mess if you bring in
Who even
another
plays
coach.
wing backs anyway?
They're playing Ahmad, who's one of the best players, attacking players, at a wing back. That's like playing Saka wing back.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's just stupid.
Honestly, like wing backs were a thing, like ages ago when
Conte
was a good manager, but it's not.
Anyway,
football's moved on,
let's
mate.
move on.
Fucking hell, Man United are going to get
But
relegated.
little Scott Parker just can't seem to get it over the line. Bless him. I feel for him.
Yeah.
He tries his best. He
Yeah.
tries.
Dry your eyes, mate. Okay.
Sunderland did it again.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't think either of us watched that game, did we?
No. I watched the highlights match of the day, though.
Yeah, but well, you can speak on it if you want.
Well, I mean, they look alright, Sunderland, I think.
Nice, good
They've got
one.
some good players.
Good analysis there, Josh.
I'm not gonna lie. What do you want me to say?
Don't know more than that. What I'm going to say is Xhaka is an absolute beast.
Yeah, he's a beast.
And I think he's there's a Sunderland fan in my group chat actually. Shout out to Amber. She won't be watching this because it's by the wank, and she actually listens to good football stuff. But honestly, I think she was saying that Xhaka like stands out like a sore thumb, like he's just like levels above anyone else. That's what she says. Like that's coming from a Sunderland fan. I don't know, but she says that like he just like doesn't like. It's mad that he's playing for Sunderland. Yeah. Which is when he did sign him, I just thought
it was weird.
You played at Arsenal. You literally were in a Bayer Leverkusen team that won the Bundesliga and one of their best players and captain.
What a fucking signing!
What a signing! That he single-handedly might lead them to.
I'll tell you what, he was good. Lafy. The match of the day did a really good analysis about him, but yeah, he looked really good. Took a good penalty. So I just think they've got a few things. I mean, they've already got 6 points, which genuinely like that could be. 6 points could be like, what, 15% of their fucking total tally that they need to stay up?
Yeah, I think
do you know what I mean, though?
I do. That's what I mean about the I think this is going to be an all-timer in terms of... Apart from Wolves, I think they will just go down, but I think it's going to be an all-timer.
It will be it could be a taste. It's been good so far.
United are going to be in the mix as well, so it'll be fun. All right, so we've got Leeds against... To be honest, I'm not really going to talk about Leeds United against Newcastle because that was an absolutely boring game.
Poo fest.
And I think, honestly, unfortunately for Newcastle fans, I think this is going to be the story of your season. Because you haven't got Isak and you've signed this this new striker that, honestly, I watched him in the Euros. He's so funny to watch. It looks like you've created a character on Pro Clubs, their new striker.
Yeah, I've not seen anything.
I forgot his
of
name, but
I don't know.
He played for German under-21s. Because I watched the final of the Euros, the England under-21s, and honestly, he looks so funny. He literally looks like a player you've created in Pro Clubs.
Does he look good?
Lanky streak of piss. He looks okay, but honestly, like
obviously,
the
problem is I feel sorry for him because obviously he's going to have a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, this like literally like a stick, basically. It looks like a stick insect. Yeah. And like, I know he's good. He got loads of goals in the under-21s. And
to be fair, Isaac's not exactly fucking.
I know, but honestly, this guy, he's like 6 foot. He's literally 6'7". It looks like an NBA player. He's so tall. Oh. He's like 6'7". So he's going to score. He's Peter Crouch. They've signed Peter Crouch, and like he's obviously probably better. I'd say he's better technically than Peter Crouch. Peter Crouch had some techers, mate. He was. Yeah, he was good.
I don't.
So yeah, basically, they've signed the Peter Crouch. They've signed the German.
That'd be great.
They've signed the German Peter Crouch. That's all I'll say. And he's nowhere near as good as Isak. So yeah, there's going to be a drop-off.
It could be good.
And we're going to see a lot of 0-0s unless he turns into prime Peter Crouch.
I'm excited to see him. I think you could be all right.
Leeds. Okay, Brighton Man City. This one kind of cheered me up today because I watched that. So what was funny was Brighton were drawing Man City. And I said I want to watch it because Brighton are going to win. And Josh was like... Because I know ball, like I know that football's changing and you're not guaranteed to win in the Premier League now. I know Brighton are better than City now. So I was like, put it on. Brighton are going to win now. And Josh was like, no, because I know what's going to happen. We always do this. You'll put it on and then City will win. And it's like, trust me, they're not going to win. For context,
the other day, I put on Newcastle, Liverpool, and as I put it on, Liverpool. Shit you not, 20 seconds passed, and then Rio fucking scored that goal.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And I just didn't want that to happen again.
That's what I mean. You don't want to put... I understand you think, I'm not going to hate watch because it's never going to work out. Hate watch is very... They don't really work out a lot, but there's been a lot of successful hate watches recently for Man City because they are really on a downward spiral. Like, I think Pep's actually finished.
I think I said this to you, when it happened to me was when he was picking at his head.
Yeah, is Pep finished, yes or no?
Maybe.
That's you can't.
I would just like to say I've always been critical of Pep.
He's finished, mate.
He's never done it at a level in which As in, he's
Well-
always had all the riches in the world to do whatever he fucking wants. He's been to 3 powerhouse like clubs with loads of money and great squads and great players, and he's won some leagues. I think anyone could fucking do that.
You think you
With,
could do
with that Barcelona team, do you think I could have won? Do you think I could have won a league?
No.
Do you not think you would have?
No.
Do you think David Moyes would have?
Yeah, probably.
Well, any coach then.
No, not any coach, but like.
What
some
about
of-
Bayern? Bayern's the fucking best job in the world.
I'm sorry, I don't count anyone who went. For example,
Like company at Bayern.
I'm sorry,
Fuck
that's what I was
off.
just about to
Fuck
say.
off.
It's irrelevant. What?
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
give a
I
shit.
wiped
I
what
don't- even
I.
Kane at Bayern.
So
I don't
you know
care.
what?
I
You know
don't
what?
care.
You know what Pep did at
Unless you
Barcelona.
win the Champions
I
League.
agree. You know what Pep did at Barcelona and Bayern. For me, that can get wiped off.
Other than his Champions
He's
League.
already admitted that Messi won in the Champions League. It's like, well, yeah.
If I had fucking Messi, yeah.
Messi single-handedly, I watched it with my own eyes, won Argentina the World Cup. They're not a
Yeah,
good
he
team.
did. He did.
So I'm sorry, he can obviously win Barcelona a Champions League. So yeah, Pep is a fraud and he's finished.
Yep.
A bold
That's
fraud
that,
as well.
That's that. Brighton, I write Hertzler. He looks trendy, he looks fresh. He's got a nice face.
He could be a male model.
He's a little young boy, and I think also Brighton.
He's not little.
He's not little, and he's not a boy anymore. He's becoming
He's a
a
man.
real big man, and he's really good. And I like Brighton. You know, I think Brighton's easy to hate, but they've got
Why are they
character.
easy to hate?
Because they're like
a bit
the hipster
homophobic.
club. They're the hipster club though, aren't they? They are. They're like the tactical stats, everything that the modern person, like that bloke off fucking Pitchfire, Tom
I think
Garrett
it's
probably
easy
hates.
to love because their fucking mascot's a seagull that's going to shit on you. And they're
Like
shitting on
Ashley
everyone at the
Young's
minute.
mouth.
They've shat right in Pep's mouth.
Yeah. Listen, I like Brighton, and I put them 6th this year, so I think they could do it.
Where's you said Man United was
One
6th
sec,
though.
because
so
you know
who's-
what? I've got 2 tables, so it's really confusing.
Wait, so
and
wait,
I
hang
can't
on.
remember which one I
So
actually
wait,
read out.
where's Man United then? Because you said they
So
was,
my
they were
Premier
in the
League
top
predictions, I did
6.
2.
Fuck, you've done 2. How woke is
put-
that?
Okay, this is the actual one that I meant to read out, but I read out the wrong fucking one.
Idiot.
But this was my top 8. Sorry, can I just do this again quickly for the record?
tell people if you want.
Arsenal were first, Liverpool were second, Chelsea were
That's fucking
third,
bad.
City were
That's
fourth,
good to be fair.
Newcastle were 5th, Brighton were 6th, Aston Villa were 7th, United were 8th, Tottenham were 9th, Crystal Palace 10th.
Wait, where are United?
United were 8th.
Oh,
I realised that I didn't put them 6th in the end. But anyway,
Yeah.
the point is, I think Brighton will be good again. Like you say, people just write them off because
fucking
they're
hell,
Brighton.
Who the fuck? You think Brighton will be good? Fucking hell, mate.
But I think they'll be really good.
That's a hot take, that. No, I bet no one else thinks that.
Did you put them 6th?
No, I didn't know. I didn't do one because I think they're a load of shit.
Because you don't know.
But I tell you what I do know. United
Yeah.
not going to finish top 10.
Boom.
Right. Nottingham Forest against West Ham. So that was really funny, right? Because obviously we've got a lot of mates that are Forest fans, including Will. And yeah, it's just who went down hungover, by the way. So bless him. Flipping out. That's a nightmare. So imagine going to watch your team play dross football basically for 80 minutes. Like they didn't really do anything. And then West Ham of all teams banging 3 goals in the space of 10 minutes. That is just what a day that is.
It was a shocker.
That's a shocker.
Yeah, you just had a shocking
That's
day.
a shocker.
Just a
that.
bad day at the office for Forest. I thought like Wood didn't really. He had that one chance, but they didn't really make much.
It was like a plank of wood up there.
Good one. Hudson-Odoi was not great. Hudson-Odoi.
Honestly,
I don't know how much I
a plank
rate
of wood would have done
Hudson-Odoi.
more up there.
Do you rate
You could have put
Hudson-Odoi?
a plank of wood up there and it would have done more than him.
Right. Fuck me. Is that all you got?
You said, what was he
Fucking
saying
hell.
about Hudson Odoi?
Do you rate him?
Honestly, not much. No, I thought he was a bit of one of those like Ronaldo wannabes.
He's a bit of
at
an aura
Chelsea.
farmer.
Yeah, he's a bit of an aura
Yeah.
farmer. Which I actually thought Madueke was an aura farmer, but since I've watched him at Arsenal, I've realised he's not. He's just fucking like on crud, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got. I don't know with Hudson-Odoi. I just feel like sometimes he's a bit inconsistent. Forest just weren't at it today.
Jesus didn't come on and save it, did he? Bless him.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Forest. West Ham,
I
though.
tell you what, West Ham, that's a proper good result for you lot. Because you
Somehow,
looked in the
because
shit.
they were shit.
Graham Potter's probably
Graham Potter.
Graham Potter's might go and get a skin fade tomorrow.
He's going down the Turkish barber and he's having a fat.
He's
skin
rubbing his.
fade.
He's like, fuck, I can't believe it.
No.
Because
No.
let's be honest, he coached a 0-0 there, and then all of a sudden they've just bagged.
I'll be real. He coached a 1-0 loss. He did. I'm sorry, but Forest should have probably won that game.
Yeah,
They just didn't make enough chances, but they didn't play bad. They just didn't do anything. West Ham, I don't know how they scored. I mean, Bowen's goal was great.
Paqueta, right, I'm sorry. Bowen and Paqueta are literally like, that is their season.
They stand out.
If
like
them two get injured,
thumb,
you are fucked.
Yeah. Other than that,
it was like when West Ham. Remember when West Ham had?
What they do.
When did West Ham had Payet?
Yeah, Payet. Yeah.
There's like literally they're just the back. They're back in the era where they had Payet.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, where you're just pretty.
Paqueta's going to force a move like by the end. Like Paqueta's gone in the summer. Or maybe even January. Even Jan.
No, I think he'll stay to the summer. But anyway, that's good for West Ham, and it makes it interesting because I thought I didn't know if they would ever get any points.
Now, big news. Last game of the weekend, which is
live
live. You've looked.
I did look.
Score,
oh
yes
yeah. Why does it make any difference?
I just wanted you to guess. It would have been a good part of the podcast.
Oh shit!
Twat.
Should we act like I didn't?
No, it's too late.
Well,
this podcast
anyway,
is live.
Palace are up 3-0, which is fucking mental.
Yeah, it's mad.
That's mad.
That is mad. So they've how have they lost Eze? And just like I just
for me, it's not. I mean, obviously, I'm thinking about Palace, but I'm also thinking about
Villa Park as well at Villa.
I mean, that's bad.
It's really bad.
But Villa's transfer window has been shocking.
What I'm saying is, yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Obviously, like FFP again.
FFP's fucked them badly. Like they were on a trajectory of like, and I feel sorry for Emery again because he's done such a good job. And it's the same with Eddie Howe at Newcastle.
It's protecting big clubs now, basically,
by FFP because I'm sorry, Villa and Newcastle should be like challenging for top four
for the jobs
every
they've both
year.
done. They
deserve like
four.
an unlimited war
like
chest to go toe to toe with Arteta, with Pep, with Slot, and they're just not.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, I'm sorry, Emery, like, they're world-class managers and are not...
And then you've got Chelsea just taking the piss. It is true.
Obviously, it's no excuse for them to be losing to Palace 3-0 away from at home, but, like, it's just a joke. Like, they had Asensio, Rashford, like, all these players, and they've had to get... Like,
they've
not been allowed to sign players,
They couldn't sign
and they've had to loan players out.
Yeah,
they couldn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, Rashford would have been a great signing for them for squad depth. Like, Asensio would have been an amazing signing for them. It's just really, like, shit.
But it does just show you that ultimately it's about
money.
Money is just it's nothing new. It's not a hot take, but money's really fucking.
And this is why if Arteta doesn't win the league or like the Champions League, in fact, actually, I don't give a shit. Even if we win the Champions League and not the league, he has to win the league this year for me.
Fuck off. If he won the Champions League, I wouldn't go shit.
No, he has to win the league because the league.
Give not a shit.
No.
Who would care?
No, listen, the league is the main thing. He has to win the league. With the amount of money he spent.
If he wins the Champions League, I won't give a shit.
No, he has to win the league.
If he could finish sixth and we win the Champions League, I would not care.
No, he has to win the league. He has to.
Are you taking the piss? Anyway, I'm moving on. I don't want to talk about Arteta. I thought we were done with that.
It always
right, should we have any general football chit chat now? Because that's the best bit of the podcast, in my opinion.
We can do. You've got 3 minutes.
Oh, right. Did you see anything funny this week?
Honestly, no, not really.
No, neither did I. Not really.
It's not really been that eventful. I've not really seen it. And something will come as soon as I finish the podcast, something will come up and I'll be like, oh, that was
good.
Funny, and I missed it.
Mm.
You did a pub crawl, obviously, dressed like a referee, like the other day.
Yeah, I should have done a video about that.
Yeah, but you don't, because to be honest, you're not taking this as seriously as me.
No,
this is the issue.
No, I'm not. And but I'll try now. I'm gonna step up my game. It's been a warning sign today. This pod.
I don't know. We named some famous partnerships. Batman and Robin. I'm definitely Batman. You just don't pull your weight.
Yeah, but Batman. Yeah. But
to be fair, though, you did a reaction video today on the TikTok, which was you just going,
gonna blow up.
We've lost the game. And what I think. And then someone switched off.
Good. Well, we got a comment actually.
Did you? What's? Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what? Have we got any questions? Any comments? Let's do that. Let's do the last section of the podcast has to be comment. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Let's read some of the comments because that's good. I like getting the fans involved. So here we go. So first comment by T Payne. That's a good name. We look better. So this is about Arsenal, by the way, against Liverpool. We look better defensively than we do going forward. Starting Mourinho when there were 3 creative players sat on the bench. I agreed. I think Raya probably had more touches than the front 3. That just sums it up. Agreed, T. Don't understand why Arteta didn't play Subamendi and Gyökeres. Oh, very funny, Bivaz. #1.
What?
3 DMs is so horrible from J Talks Ball. You know ball, mate. I agree. What the hell is that going on there? But also 3 DMs. I'm not sure who you're referencing there because Marino is a striker. I'm not sure why he played a striker in midfield, but yeah. Why did Arsenal players play with a draw mentality? I don't know. User 11010500097. I'm not actually sure.
Can I just answer this?
Yes.
We've had a comment on our Gary Neville show idea from B. He said, "Lads, a conversation between your mates isn't something that should be slapped on a podcast." Laughing face. I think that's
I actually think it should be.
I completely disagree with you, B. I think it's exactly what we should put.
Let me go on B's
podcast.
profile and see what he's got on his page. So 3, 2, 1. What comes up? Him doing an effect retro game on his face. And now he's made himself into a retro PS2 character. So
B,
something for me. Why does that?
Why does that need to go on TikTok?
Why does that need to go on TikTok?
Exactly.
You could have gone. You could have gone home and go, "Oh, there's a retro filter here on TikTok," and scanned your face.
Yeah.
And then just been like, "Oh, that looks cool." But he's then gone. You know what?
I'll slap that on TikTok.
I'll slap that on TikTok because people. Who's commented on that? 16 comments. Raw, not the beard. What in the Grindr app is this? Someone commented. Then someone commented, "Hello, can I use one of your pictures as canvas? I'm currently on a project." Look, mate, what I'm saying to you is get off Grindr. Maybe jump back on Grindr and stop commenting on our TikToks. You're absolute melt. That's you roasted.
No, I liked it, B. Thanks for the comment anyway.
Nah, don't comment again. You've been roasted. What else? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you do... So basically, and I went back on some of our TikToks as well.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to, like, the Man United TikTok before the Grimsby game. So I said United to finish 10th, and all these people commenting, game changers, yes, they are, outside the top 10. Here we go. So I commented saying, someone put outside the top 10 laughing face. I commented, if they're lucky, can't even beat Grimsby, mate. And then he commented back today and put, we'll be fine with a new keeper. Well, you're not fucking getting one. Anyway, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, it's good to get out your system.
Any other comments?
I don't know.
Football is going too American, especially half-time interviews. Just make the ref explain his decisions at the end of the game. Problem solved. Yeah, I don't know. I think it needs to go more American, personally. Like, I actually think, like, honestly, football would be so much better if there was a fucking draft and there was fucking salary caps for every single team. So not one team like Chelsea can hoard all the fucking players. That'd be amazing if that happened.
That's about it for me.
Yeah, I think
if you complain about the podcast, we will keep doing it more. We've said this before. We aren't going to stop. We're not going to be deterred by hatred and agendas.
Yeah, just keep in mind, like, if obviously you do comment on the TikTok, just keep in mind that, like, you might think, oh, I'm hiding behind my keyboard and I'm just going to comment and nothing's going to happen. I'm just going to comment on... No, there will be repercussions.
We will have receipts.
When you type something, just think before you type, oh, you shouldn't have a podcast, lads. Just think, we are real people. I'll see that comment and I'll fucking roast you.
Yeah.
And I'll go on your TikTok page and I'll look at your profile and I'll see scan yourself as a retro character on TikTok and I'll roast you. And you'll listen to this podcast. If you do, probably not.
No, you won't.
You won't. That's the point.
But you might, and if you did...
If you did, you'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
You'd probably, if you were in your car listening to it, you'd probably crash your car.
Yeah.
Because you'd be that embarrassed. You'd be embarrassed.
You've been exposed.
Yeah.
You've been completely exposed.
So
think
you before you comment. Think before you comment, because what are you...
Yeah.
In the day, like, we're doing a podcast. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Why don't you do a podcast? Well, not everyone
Make a podcast where you reply to us on your podcast and we'll engage with
Why
it.
don't you fucking make a podcast and you reply to us on your podcast? You just said that.
Yeah. And this is why we've got a podcast and you don't.
Because we're the
They're jealous that they don't have a podcast.
Yeah, I don't think they are. I actually don't think they are. Because I actually agree with this comment. Like, I don't think anyone needs a podcast.
Do you think we need a podcast?
There's too many podcasts. I don't think we actually need one. But I think some people probably enjoy it. And at the end of the day, like, I don't think it's the worst thing ever. Like, I think there's been worse podcasts than this. But there fucking has, for sure, mate.
Yeah, there are.
Jesus Christ.
Also, why not? Do you know what I mean?
Also, get fucked.
Yeah, just fuck off.
Fuck off.
Go get a fucking job.
Yeah.
Go make a podcast. I can't emphasize that.
Like, if everyone made a podcast and we all shared ideas and everyone listened to each other's podcasts, what we could build would be a pile of shit.
Yeah. But B, like I've said, mate, this podcast, and Sims has seen it, Some have seen the vision, some haven't. That's it.
That's what I mean, mate. Like, at the end of the day,
it was an opportunity for you to get on board, and you
could have been on the list. So, as we said on the first podcast, we've got a list of people that are on the list that when the podcast goes to the top, and we're probably number one on football, Spotify, YouTube, whatever. Like, we're doing brand deals with Messi and whatever. You're going to be like, fucking hell. I commented on their TikTok 5 years ago, and I put, lads, not everyone needs a podcast. Instead of doing what Sims did and comment and like and subscribe.
It's not odd.
So you fucked it. You could be in a VIP box.
Yeah,
you could
with
be in
Messi
Ibiza with us drinking fucking...
With Wayne Lineker.
Yeah, with Wayne Lineker. And what you doing now? You're crying behind your keyboard because you commented on our TikTok saying not everyone needs a podcast, lads.
With the PS2 filter on.
Absolute melt. Well, you shot yourself in the foot.
It's listen.
But if you want to join...
We're professionals.
If you want to join us and Sims in IB for one day or, a VIP box at the Emirates, just chilling with Saka or whatever when the podcast goes all the way to the top and even all the players listen to it and they're like... Maybe even Arteta one day is going to listen to this podcast and go, fucking hell, the lads were right. Like,
the lads were right on that one.
At the end of the day, I think he should. Like, he should listen to it and he will one day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you want to be on that journey, make sure you invest in the stocks now. Please like this video. Like, if you've got all the way to the end and you just fucking like the podcast.
Like the podcast.
And honestly, do us a favour and just share it. Like, stop being a lazy fat cunt and just literally just share it with your mates and just be like, everyone, come on, these lads are trying to do something here. Just do something good for once in your life.
Yeah.
You sad bastard. Just share the podcast.
Share it.
Because what does it take for you? What are you doing anyway? You're going to go home, eat a Burger King.
Not even a burger, fucking Russell burger.
You're probably going to eat a Russell burger. I've got
Burger
work
King's
tomorrow.
about 15 quid
what
now.
I'm doing at the weekend, nothing. At the end of the day, just share the video.
Get the fucking video shared, sure.
Because one day, we'll probably find you and take you to Ibiza.
Or we won't, because you didn't
Or we won't,
because
you're not on the list, or maybe the list is full.
Sorry, lads. There's a limited list. So, thanks for listening, people.
Yeah, if you made it this far, then I don't know.
You're
actually sad, and you probably you obviously got no life. So, right, we're gonna go. Not really. Thank you so much for listening. We actually really appreciate every single person, and I hope you really enjoyed this episode. I did, and I didn't, obviously. But yeah, we'll see you next week.